Well, hello. Welcome to your readings at the round table. I'm Jennifer, and this sleeping beauty is Mouse. So tired. And of course, I have Jasmine with me back here, and the other two are just roaming around, sleeping somewhere. They had big dinner, and now it's time for bed. Oh, to be a cat, right? Well, this is the monthly numerology for Life Path 4 20 and 22. And this is for November. Can you believe that we're already here? We're already at November. That's real. Yeah. So we've got some intense energy coming up in November. So I'm going to be reading from 3 different card decks today. After I tell you about your number for the month of November, I'm just finishing the pre-shuffle. I shuffle in between each reading, but then I do a specific shuffle for your number. All right. So we got 4 people. Mm, 4 people are destined to forge ahead slowly but surely. Don't you love that? Um, they uh, they seek to achieve their goal, which is usually has something to do with security, fairly and squarely. They want to be fair with it. That makes perfect sense because fours are the hard workers. They're the manifestors. This is a time to build, this is a time to put a lot of structure in things, business, family, relationships, what have you. But it's also a time to get organized, and it's a time to use a lot of patience. 22s are healers. I mean, they're the counselors. They like to build and strengthen relationships. Um, they're very much a part of the environment. They love that. Love talking about the environment, helping to do things for the environment. They are highly intuitive, have lots of guides. They're the spiritual master. Yeah. So, November for these 2 numbers, which 22, as you know, carries the vibration of the 4. It carries that foundation of a 4. So, in November, you guys are in a month of 3. And 3 is about communication. 3 is the throat chakra. 3 is about expression. It's um like communicating thoughts and emotions, self-expression in art and writing and speaking and music and journaling. It's definitely a time of speaking your truth, but as I remind everybody when they're in a 3 month, just because you have freedom of speech does not mean that you can cause injury to others. That's not what we're doing here. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. I see a lot of people on social media every day doing just that though. Um this threes have their shadow effect is that they are really harsh judges of themselves, and then it sort of spills out into other people. So that also makes them unable to speak their truth openly. So, with the foreshadow of overwork, that can cause a lot of stress, and closing your mind and being impatient, and the 22s procrastinating, feeling overwhelmed, giving up easily, worrying. This is going to be an interesting month because we've got a lot of heavy energy at the beginning of the month. It does get better towards the end of the month, but the beginning of the month is really kind of hard. It's challenging for everybody because we've got a solar eclipse on the 25th of October. Then we have Mars going retrograde in the sign of Gemini on October 30th. Then on November 8th, we have a lunar eclipse. Yeah. So eclipse energy and eclipse season is pretty heavy for anybody. But with Mars going retrograde right in the middle of that, it sort of puts the eclipse energy it into a tailspin. It makes it bigger than what it normally would be. And we have this eclipse energy in Taurus and Scorpio. So this is intense. This is really intense. So I am not telling you to bottle up your feelings and not communicate. I am telling you to be wary because there's a lot of people out there that want to cause arguments. And that's what people do when Mars is in retrograde. But Mars is in retrograde in Gemini. This has its own specific problems. You can find out more about that on my show, Astrology Chat. But for here, we want to focus on the 22 fours of the world having a November in a 3 month. So this vibration is pretty intense. So don't get pessimistic. Watch what you're saying. Don't exaggerate. Tell the truth, but don't exaggerate. But if you can do without it, don't have any debates or confrontations until after the 13th or the 14th of November. Let's just go ahead and clear that eclipse energy before we deal with this because it's already bad enough that Mars is in retrograde. So let's just pull back from that a little bit, shall we? It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Towards the end of the month, we're getting better. We still have a lot of squares going on. We still have a lot of stuff happening, but it gets better once we start leaving that eclipse energy. All right, so I'm pulling from 3 card decks today, and 2 of which are the ones that I pulled from last time. All the cards that I'm using are listed in the description below. So the first card deck I'm pulling from is one of the ones I pulled from last week, the Goddess Guidance cards. Then I am also pulling from the Healing Oracle Crystal Reading cards. And here's your bonus. I am pulling from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. Ooh. Butterfly Maiden Transformation. Okay, you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. Sounds like some 22 fours are in for great blessings. Interesting. It's always interesting hanging out with the number 3. I know my mom is a 3, so I give her a hard time about it. Okay, let's pull from this deck really fast. And the last 2, I am going to read a little something from the book because I feel like there's like more that you need to know. Rose quartz, inner child. Very interesting. Advice for 22-4. Oh. Broken open. Huh. That's a 1 card. Well, 28 breaks down to 10, which breaks down to 1. So, you know how I am. Okay. So let's just read the Butterfly Maiden Transformation one more time. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. Doo, doo, doo. Okay, broken open. And that is from Oracle of the Seven Energies. The gift of grief, being shattered as a result of a loss, and the potential inherent in failure. And there is a lot of potential in failure, right? But it doesn't mean that we don't try again. It doesn't mean that we won't try again. Okay, let's see what rose quartz has to say. Rose quartz is well known around the world as the stone of love and compassion. Its energy is very gentle and soft, inviting us to open fully to receive its healing medicine of love. Its nurturing energy allows us to feel safe enough to surrender to our vulnerable nature, sorry. In this sacred space, we connect deeply to the essence of the inner child. Rose quartz encourages you to deeply heal any old wounds connected to inner child issues. It invites the essence of the inner child to surface for healing and for transformation to occur. Well, that's interesting because the butterfly maiden also says transformation. And broken open surely is transformation. So, don't know what's happening here, 22-4, but it feels like y'all are being prepared. Prepared. Huh. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly numerology. Be sure to check out your weekly zodiac that is also on this channel, or some of my other shows from my channel, Metaphysical Round Table. Although they have migrated over here a bit, so astrology chat will be posted around the same time that this is. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful month of November. And until I see you again, 22-4, get out there and make your magic. Bye.